And that's why it looks like they just monkey branched right away. Of course, the narcissist doesn't want to deal with you anymore. They don't want to deal with you calling them out on their own BS anymore. They don't want to deal with any more arguments. They just want to move on quickly and put you behind them and move on to the new relationship. That's what they want to do. Effortless. Effortless. And they will continue doing that for the rest of their tormented days. Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to Psychopath Exposure. My name is Kira. Today I wanted to talk about some of the positive things that come to your life when the narcissist or the toxic person is out of your life. So the comments that I want to highlight comes from Cool Pisces. I like that name. Cool Pisces says, awesome overview, Kira. Very insightful. I was monkey branched several months ago and my ex left me for that guy. I did nothing. No begging, pleading, crying, yelling, cussing, manipulating, guilt tripping, or any other bad behavior. I went no contact and I'm now coming out of it after many months of anxiety. To anyone reading this and going through this kind of thing, being strong isn't about feeling strong. It's about doing strong things. Do what you know you need to do and leave these people in the past. There's no coming back from this kind of betrayal. Get on your grind and become a better person. Your ex will not level up. You win. That was perfectly illustrated. Cool Pisces. Thank you. Guys, I love when you leave uplifting and like comments like that show that you've come out of this nightmare. Because not everybody that's in the community is still going through it. Not everybody that's still watching these videos are still trapped in that prison. They're not with the psychopath, with the narcissist anymore. A lot of people in this community, and yes, this is an anti-narcissist community, but the reason we stay here is to remind ourselves of how bad it can get, how quickly it can get if we fail to uphold our boundaries. And you know what they say in 12-step recovery rooms, they'll tell you you can't keep what you don't give away. So if you don't help others along the way, you know, newcomers to, I don't want to say the scene, but newcomers to this awareness of what narcissist personality disorder is. If you've been through this, if you've gotten out, if you've healed, if you've recovered, if you've moved on, if you've met someone else and you've started a new relationship or you've gotten married and things are great and you can look back at that situation and you can share your experience, say, hey, there was a time that I was in that same nasty situation with a narcissist, with a psychopath, with a sociopath. And it eventually, as they always do, it came to an end. And I was able to turn my life around afterwards. Clearly, we all go through the brain fog. We all go through the depression. We all go through the panic attacks and the anxiety. And for many of us, this type of trauma stays with you. So a lot of times you'll get triggered over things that, you know, your friends and family will watch you having a panic attack. And it's like, what the hell is going on? Like, nothing's happening. Because truth is, nothing is happening. When you get triggered, a lot of times nothing is actually happening. You're not in any imminent danger. But the brain, because of the trauma, because of the post-traumatic stress, it perceives a situation as dangerous. And so it responds with anxiety, with a panic attack. It responds in a way as if that danger is actually happening to you again. But it's not. That's just post-traumatic stress. But when you do the work, when you refuse to let a situation like this utterly destroy you, things get better. things get better. But you have to do the work, and you have to train yourself to see all the positive things that have come into your life because the narcissist is out of your life. I love how cool Pisces says that they went no contact. No contact is the first step to healing from this type of psychological betrayal, because that's what it is. It's a betrayal, and it affects your psyche. It affects your psyche more than it affects your heart. At least that's my theory and my experience. It affects you in here, right? Now, it also affects your spiritual well-being. You know, you are going to feel a little brokenhearted too, but when you understand, if you're actually dealing with someone with a cluster B personality disorder, then you understand that it's a disorder. It's not really just a broken heart like in high school or in college when you were younger and you had your heart broken, you know, over a puppy love situation. This is next level. This is next level stuff. The type of betrayal that you experience with someone with narcissist personality disorder, with a psychopath especially, is you know, if you haven't been through it, you can't even begin to grasp the emotional turmoil that this causes you. But again, and I stress it again, there's a way out, and there's many people that have gotten out and have stuck around in the community to share their experience and their strength and their hope. And this is one of the comments. It's the reason I wanted to highlight it, because you don't see much of it. And the reason you don't see much of it is because the eyes are trained to spot the negative ones. You're always going to spot the really traumatic horror stories that triggers your brain. It kind of like you get a little bit more dopamine, even though it's affecting you because you're reading something really traumatic. But when you read something like this of hope, sometimes depending on how deep in that dark spell that the narcissist has put on you, depending on how deep you are right now, you may dismiss a positive, reinforcing comment of someone telling you, hey, I got through it, things got better, and things will get better for you. The brain tends to, no. It doesn't want to believe that something like that could actually happen to you, because when you're in the pits of hell, it's really hard. It's almost impossible to just think positive, right? It's almost impossible. But it's important that you realize that life is all about perspective, and depending on what state of mind you're in, the way you perceive things can be totally different. So yeah, I wanted to take the time to point that out, because once that dark force is out of your life, once the root, you know, say the root of all evil, right? Once the root of your problems has been eliminated and they're no longer there, then you leave room in your life, especially in your head, for new things. And you know, we tend to adapt to our situations. We become conditioned to things. We become conditioned to abuse. We become conditioned to disrespect. We become conditioned to all sorts of things that have a negative impact in our life. But we also get conditioned to when things get better, and then you don't even realize how much better they are, because what do? We still focus on that little thing that is wrong. We start to focus on, oh, Kira, I can't stop ruminating. It's terrible. I know it's terrible. Believe me, I know. But in my coaching program, I always like to get the survivors to just focus for a second and say, hey, we've been working together for a long time. Do you remember when we first had a coaching session and how the tears wouldn't stop? Remember the state of panic and anxiety that you were in? Remember you were still in a relationship with the narcissist. You were still living with the narcissist. You were still hanging out with your abuser. You were still in the narcissist's life. They were still in your life. Do you remember that? And now Look how much has changed. You don't even live in the same city anymore. You live in a better neighborhood. You move to a bigger house, or sometimes a smaller house. Sometimes it's cozier. You have new friends. You're doing all these things. But we're focusing on the rumination, because the rumination is the part that's like, that's the part that's messed up right now. Naturally. But let's compare. Let's compare to where you were before, when you were in the narcissistic, abusive relationship. Compare that to now. And you realize, wow, that's right. This person is not in my life anymore. I'm not trying to figure out whether or not they were cheating. I'm not trying to figure out with who they were cheating. I'm not trying to figure out how long they were cheating on me. I'm not trying to figure anything out. I already got my answers, and the answers that I got are good enough. They're good enough because at the end of the day, whether they have a professional diagnosis of NPD, of narcissist personality disorder, to me it is irrelevant when it comes to a relationship. If there's abuse, if there's betrayal, if there's cheating, if there's lying, infidelity, any of these things that I deem deal breakers, really doesn't matter to me, and I don't think it should matter to you either. You feel me? At some point you have to recognize when something's abusive and it has reached their expiration date and it's time to go. So, you know, be a little more conscious of how much your life has improved since this person left. Even if they discarded and abandoned and ghosted you, and now you're left with, what comes, the aftermath of the narcissist discard, which is hell on earth. But they're not in your life anymore. And you realize how evil and manipulative and how abusive this person is, that when you come to your senses, you understand and you can fully grasp that, wait a second, this person wasn't even good for me. And now they're out of my life, and they're refusing to speak with me, and they've blocked me, and they've monkey branched to another relationship with someone older, with someone younger, whatever it is. They've monkey branched into a totally brand new relationship and left me high and dry. Okay, that sounds like a terrible story, but it's actually a good thing, because this despicable, tormented, disordered, low vibration energy being has moved on, and now they are somebody else's problem, not yours. You see that? Not yours. You are free to do whatever you wish to do with your life now. That nightmare actually is over. What's left is the trauma and the rumination, the constantly trying to figure out why they did this. Why would they do this? How could they do this? Well, you could spend a lifetime trying to figure out those answers in your head, or you can put all that down and realize what a waste of energy it really is and do something with your life. Get in motion, start doing something. As Cool Pisces said, it's not about feeling good, it's about doing strong things. It's doing things that make you feel strong, taking action. That's what's going to get you from point A to point B. Point A being hell, and point B being paradise. Once again, in your head. It's all in your head. It's all the way you perceive the world, your state of mind. That's what it is. You could be in hell. You could be surrounded by chaos and be in perfect bliss and paradise because nothing can touch you. It takes a lot of meditation, a lot of practice, mental focus to be able to handle something like that, to be in a toxic environment, and to be able to stay true to who you are and not let all those negative influences pierce your concentration. But why do it the hard way when the easy way is to stop going to places that are toxic for you, stop hanging around with people that are toxic for you, stop entertaining toxic people. Stop dating toxic people. Stop dating narcissist people. Stop trying to fix narcissists. Stop trying to fix serial cheaters. Stop trying to give them one more chance, hoping that maybe this time they'll stop doing the things, the harmful things to you that they've always been doing to you. It's never going to stop, and it's never going to change. The only way it's going to stop, the only way that it's going to change is when you take action and put a stop to it. And by that, might simply mean just walking out of the relationship. By that, it might mean just cutting your losses and go. Cutting your losses, that's right. Because as much as you've lost, you're never going to regain what you lost. You're never going to get that time again. You're never going to get that trust from them again. All the resources that they stole from you, you're never going to get those back. Right? All those wasted thoughts, all those endless nights wondering, oh my God, they must be at the new supplies house. I wonder how long they were with them. I wonder if that's the only one. How could they have moved on so fast? How could they just monkey branch to another relationship? I bet they were seeing them for months before they discarded me, because you just don't meet someone on a dating app and move in with them a week later. They must have been already talking. They must have been already dating. They must have been already sleeping with each other. And that's why it looks like they just monkey branched right away. Of course, the narcissist doesn't want to deal with you anymore. They don't want to deal with you calling them out on their own BS anymore. They don't want to deal with any more arguments. They just want to move on quickly and put you behind them and move on to the new relationship. That's what they want to do. Effortless. Effortless. And they will continue doing that for the rest of their tormented days. I guarantee. So here's what I want you to do. I have a video I want you guys to watch. If you're not familiar with the term monkey branching, this video that I did here explains exactly why the narcissist does the things that they do, why they move on quickly to a new relationship, why they monkey branch to a new relationship. But the caveat here is that it's a toxic relationship. That relationship that the narcissist monkey branches into is going to be toxic, and they will self-sabotage that relationship as well. Okay? So check out that video, and I also want you to leave a comment below, and I want to force yourself to find at least 3 things, and write them below in the comments, 3 things that have improved for you after the narcissist either abandoned, discarded you, or whether you ended that relationship and they're out of your life. See if you can come up with 3 things that have improved in your life right now. I want you to recognize those things and leave a comment below. All right, so that's all I got for today. If you got some value, please like and subscribe. My name is Kira. This is PsychopathEXposure. If you're struggling with narcissistic personality disorder, whether it's a husband, a wife, girlfriend, boyfriend, a parent, if you're experiencing that type of cluster B personality disorder in that relationship, and you're experiencing the brain fog, and you're experiencing the anxiety, and you're experiencing all the things that we talk about here in this community, if you'd like to work with me directly on how to turn your life around and how to get things going for you to exit that relationship and to rebuild and recover and heal, I have a coaching program. I've talked about it many times in other videos. I have a link in the description. Just click on that to get more information to see if we're a good fit for each other. It's a private one-on-one coaching program that we conduct over Zoom. You'll be talking directly with me, and we can work through this nightmare together. All right, so I hope to see you guys in the next video. I look forward to reading your comments, and have an awesome day. Talk to you in the next one. Peace.